cases reported since yesterday, 926 people in the hospital, and sadly 12,862 people who have died. Our prayers continually are with those who've lost loved ones or who are battling this virus. And fighting this disease and getting people vaccinated continues to be a priority. Well, today I have great news to share with the people of North Carolina. Effective immediately, we are lifting all mandatory capacity and gathering limits and social distancing requirements and most mandatory mask requirements. That means in most settings, indoors or outdoors, the state of North Carolina will no longer require you to wear a mask or to be socially distant. This is a big step forward in living our lives the way they were before the pandemic. That's good. There will continue to be a mandatory indoor mask requirement on public transportation, in childcare, in schools, in prisons, and in certain public health settings. There will be strong recommendations by the Department of Health and Human Services for people to wear masks indoors in certain public places, and Secretary Mandy Cohen will share those with you in a minute. There will also be strong recommendations from the Department of Health and Human Services for unvaccinated people to wear masks. And certainly anyone who feels better protected or who has received advice from a doctor should continue to wear a mask. Now, throughout this pandemic, I've said that we would listen to health experts and follow the science as we made decisions, that we would listen to the CDC, that our focus would be on saving lives, that we would use a dimmer switch approach to easing restrictions. We are continuing to do all of these things. And because of our strong safety protocols, vaccines, and the hard work of North Carolinians, we have been able to slow the spread of this virus and reduce deaths when other states saw surges in their cases. It's good that our metrics that we monitor are stable or declining. Our health experts have guided us with wisdom and expertise. And this nation's scientists, including many right here in North Carolina, showed what is possible if we work toward a common goal. That common goal now, more than ever, is overcoming this pandemic through safe and effective vaccines. And now is the time to get vaccinated if you haven't. It's easy and everywhere. While today's news means that we are even closer to putting this behind us, it doesn't mean that we're there yet. The pandemic is still here, especially for those who are not vaccinated. More than half of our adults in North Carolina are at least partially vaccinated, and about 46% are fully vaccinated. That's good, but it tells us that there is more to do. I have a message for people who have not been vaccinated, and especially for those who will choose not to wear a mask. Get vaccinated now. If you don't listen to me, ask your doctor and do what your doctor tells you. With more people not wearing masks going forward, and COVID-19 and its more infectious variants spreading, there's a real risk that unvaccinated people can get it. Please be responsible and wear a mask until you get vaccinated. And our Department of Health and Human Services will continue to expand their strategies to reach people who have not yet gotten a shot. At this time, I'm going to recognize our Secretary of Health and Human Services, Dr. Mandy